What we don't know in this world. There are things that creep us out the most. Here are the top 10 freaky buildings from around the world. Number 10. Sturdivant Hall, Selma, Alabama. Built in 1856 in the Greek Revival style, this beautiful antebellum mansion was bought in 1864 by John McGee Parkman. In the years after the Civil War, Parkman was arrested and imprisoned for cotton speculation. While in prison, Parkman attempted to escape but was shot and killed in the process. When his wife was forced to sell their house a few years after his death, his ghost began to appear regularly throughout the house and grounds, where it is still seen to this day. People often report hearing windows and doors being opened and shut when no one else is in this real haunted house, as well as doors that close behind people and lock on their own. The apparitions of two little girls are also frequently seen, though their identities remain unknown. Number 9. The Whaley House, San Diego, California. Once a private residence, this mid-19th century house is now a museum dedicated to its former owners and the history they created here. Part of the house was once rented out to the county of San Diego for use as a courtroom. Which may explain the appearance of several unidentified ghosts within the house. Apart from these unnamed apparitions, the original owner, Thomas Whaley, his wife, one of their children, a little girl, and a convict are repeatedly seen within the house. The house was apparently haunted as soon as it was built, as the spirit of a man who had been convicted and hanged on the site took up residence in the house upon its completion. The Whaley apparitions are often seen engaged in the normal activities of their former day-to-day lives. Doors have been known to close and lock on their own, and footsteps are often heard throughout the house, along with music and the crying of a baby. Number 8. The Octagon House, Washington, D.C., completed in 1801. This haunted mansion is one of the most historic in the nation. Built for Colonel John Taylor III, it was briefly the site of the French embassy during the War of 1812, as well as the temporary residence of President Madison, who signed the Treaty of Ghent in its central parlor. Today, the building is used by the American Institute of Architects as a museum, but it has also made quite a name for itself as a center for paranormal activity, as far back as the mid-19th century. The central staircase is a major hotspot for the supernatural, as footsteps are often heard, along with the saddened voice of a woman. Doors have been locked only to suddenly be found standing wide open. Lights turn on and off on their own, and footsteps and even faint footprints have been reported throughout the building, and objects often move without human interference. Number 7. Robinson Rose House, San Diego, California. Reconstructed in the late 20th century according to the specifications of the original mid-19th century structure, this building seems to have brought back some spirits along with it. Built by Judge James W. Robinson, this house was also used for private and community business purposes, making it a very active locale in its day. Today, this activity has continued in the form of various paranormal occurrences. Various apparitions in period attire have been seen, as well as strange human-shaped mists. Footsteps are often heard and women often feel their hair tugged or toyed with. Number 6. Villisca Axe Murder House, Villisca, Iowa. On the night of June 9, 1912, 8 people, including 6 children, were murdered in this house by an unknown assailant wielding an axe in one of the most gruesome and true haunted house stories. The murders, not surprisingly, caused a national sensation, and while many suspects were questioned and even tried later acquitted, this mass murder remains unsolved to this day. Either from the violence of their deaths, or their unresolved nature, maybe a little of both. This house has subsequently become a very active site for the supernatural. Apparitions have often been seen, and disembodied footsteps and voices are common occurrences. The sight and sounds of the children are the most widely reported, with EVPs and personal accounts indicating laughing and then crying, as well as some children telling others to hide, which is why this house is on many top 10 haunted houses lists. Number 5. William Kehoe House, Savannah, Georgia. Formerly the home of William Kehoe and his family, this 1892 house later became a school, a funeral home, and today is operated as a historic inn. The Kehoe family, however, seems to have remained in residence long after their deaths, going about their usual routines while also interacting with guests and staff. Mrs. Kehoe has often been seen sitting at a desk, writing, or sitting on the beds of sleeping guests. Mr. Kehoe has been seen throughout the house as well, and on one occasion opened all of the exterior locked doors on the first floor simultaneously. I hope you enjoyed them freaky top 5 stories from haunted buildings I have found. Please leave in the comments on what you would like me to do next. I already have one in mind. Until then, I'll see you every Freaky Fridays and also Mondays, since Monday is also scary. Haha, bye. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click the bell for notifications.